Good evening, this is Lucinda from ShowBiz Software. Thank you ever so much for joining us for this evening webinar. I appreciate your time and because we're out of office hours of course, so I appreciate you joining us. Can I just double check that everyone can hear me, because I know we've had a bit of issues with feedback in the past, so if someone can just... Perfect, brilliant, okay, everyone can hear me, which is always good. Brilliant, okay. So thank you very much for joining us for this webinar. Let me just start off by going through a couple of PowerPoint slides. We've got several people on the webinar this evening, so it's really good to see quite a few people joining us. So due to that, please could everyone mute their microphone, because we've had some issues with feedback in the past, so if everyone can keep themselves on mute. If you do have any questions, please use the chat option at the bottom of your GoToMeeting widget, basically, so I can, if you've got a question, type it throughout the course of the webinar. I can then answer it at the end, because we've got quite a few people, we can't get everyone talking at the same time, because that would cause really bad distortion and feedback. The webinar will be recorded, so you can see it later if you wish to review it again, so that's not a problem at all. Just let us know, we can send you a link for that. So today's thing is ShowBiz. It's a really easy to use, well-designed piece of software. It's got lots of help and guidance throughout the system, so it's really easy to use. People who don't use the system very often can literally pick it up and use it straight away. You don't need a lot of training for it. It will help you increase your sales. It's a very powerful CRM system. It's a really familiar shopping basket. It's very similar to something like Amazon. You can put your different items in your basket. You can go through and purchase it from anywhere you need. People on the go, like the youngsters of today, they're always on their phone, so if they're out shopping, they think, oh, I need to quickly process my entry. They can quickly go on their tablet or their phone, go on to ShowBiz, log in, process their entries or their trade stand, whatever they need to, and they can do it anywhere in the world. So it's really quick and simple for everyone to use. We've improved images, so you get a lot of options to include images, say for sponsorships and trade stands, as well as results. We've got this new item within the system that you can upload pictures of your winners. So you can upload it, it can go straight to your results portal. It can also be published straight to Twitter and Facebook as well. So it's really quick and easy. You can integrate it with your different social media straight away, so you don't have to have someone there putting the results on in one go. As I said, it reduces duplication mistakes. It's a lot quicker because the end users put the information in. Your show users don't have to do it themselves, so it reduces mistakes. It also helps with your postage. So all of the items can be set up as a postable item. You can then run a routine that shows you a report, that shows you what you need to send to who. So it's a lot quicker and a lot simpler. You know exactly what needs to be sent to which person. It reduces risks. All your data is stored safely on the Azure portal, which is Microsoft. So it's really secure. You don't have to be worried about any data being lost, because it's constantly being backed up. You're less reliant on key people because all the information is there. It also promotes new offers, because you can do cross-selling. So if someone is a ticket holder, or so they purchase a ticket, you can then offer them a membership. So say if you come back next year, you can have a membership, you can get reduced rates for different items. So it's really good. You can cross-sell to different people. So like if you've got a trade stand, you can then cross-sell them some sponsorship. So sort of like get their brand out there and just help you increase your revenue. And it's also future-proof, getting a mobile app and GSI mapping, so you can go up to a stand. If you need to know where the stand is, you can just quickly look at QR code, you can know exactly where the stand is. E-ticketing, and there's this industrial portal, so it's like really quick and easy for everyone to use. So a bit about background of ShowBiz. It was written over 20 years ago for the Suffolk Agricultural Society. They've been using it ever since. They were like one of our really important customers, and we've now got 30 shows, major shows throughout the UK. As you can see on the little map, we're dotted here, there and everywhere, all across the UK and Ireland. We've even got interest in Commonwealth countries. Australia got quite a big interest in Australia. That's always good to try and have world domination. And we've also got an increased web version to be released in January, which is transform the functionality and affordability for you. So what we'll do, we'll have a look at the 3 different types of users we've identified, and we can go through this system that way. So first of all, you've got your end users, which is really important. These are the people that come to your show. They have your entrants, your sponsors, and your stand holders. So today we'll have a look through, we'll go through the process with Ellis Ruskin-Walter, who is a keen show jumper. We can see how she will go through to the site, add an entry into the More Shy online. You can also have a look at Guy Atherton, who is a sponsor and he's a show member, runs a local brewery, and he's sponsoring the show only. It's basically, the sponsorship and trade stands have an application only process. So you have full control of that application process at all times. You know exactly what's going on, and you can apply and you can accept them or reject them. So we can go through that as well. The next ones are the show users. So that'll be the people within your show itself. So we'll be looking at the system from the show secretary. So Valerie Smith is the person that makes everything happen. Invaluable and irreplaceable. We'll show you how Valerie will use the system. We'll also see we've got your show officials. Basically the system, so your judges and stewards, you can put them into the schedule, you can invite them. They then get an option on a widget that then says you've been invited to become a judge, would you like to accept? They can then go in, log in and accept it or reject it. Really quick, really simple, saves a lot of overhead and time, having to write to them, phoning them up. You can literally just quickly add them in. The system does it all for you, really quick and simple. And then we've got the show directors. Simon Windsor he's part-time, so he's generally really busy, but he needs to know what's going on. So the dashboards and widgets will give him, he will know in real time how the show's doing, what sales you've got, and all that information that he needs is really quick and simple to see. So we'll have a look at that as well. And then we've got the remote users. These are the people that, say like a guest who just wants to buy a ticket. So Amy's really busy, just needs to quickly grab a ticket to take her family to the show. We can show you how to do that within the system. It's really quick and easy. You've got the press who are interested in the results. Don't want to have to go far for it, so they can, as it says, it can be in the pub. You can find all the results, so you can find the details anywhere at any time. He can then put that to press, so it gives you more advertising or more publicity. And then you've got a friend, so Lucy Baxter follows social media and posts regarding her best friend Ellis, who's competing. What needs to see exactly what's going on, and then the system will help her see exactly how Ellis is getting on. So they're the users. So let's have a look at the system. So let me just quickly change screens. So we can have a look. Okay, let me first show you. ShowBiz can be integrated within your own website. So this is a really good way of selling. It doesn't look like it's a different website. So here is our More Shy County show. So this could be your general website. So you can go in here, you can find the information you need. So if you want to go through and buy tickets, they can just go straight through to the shop and buy tickets. Exactly the same with competitors, trade stands, sponsorship and membership. So what we'll do, we'll go through as if we were Ellis, who is our show jumping competitor. So what we can do, we can enter a class. So we just press the button. We can then go through to the shop. So here we are, this is now the shop. Just wait for the screen to catch up. Perfect, so here we are within the shop. This screen is what everyone sees. So you've got all of your different modules directly shown. So this is both cross-selling as well. So someone is buying a ticket, you think, well, actually, I could buy a membership, so you can do a bit of cross-selling here. But as we come to the shop through the competitions and entries, it's automatically expanded all of the entries classes available to enter into. So what we can do, we can go through, go to the light horses. This is where the system shows the information. You can put exactly what information you want to show here for your headers, your sections, and then your classes. So on this one, we want to enter into the filly, colt and gelding fold in 2016. So we can add that to the basket. You can then see there's a message saying that the item's been added to the basket. What you can also see on here is they will be told that they will also be getting a first aid levy included in their basket. These are items that are rules, basket rules. So you can set these up exactly as you need them, whether they're first aid levies or something like a Horse of the Year Hoys levy. You can get them to automatically add it into the basket if it's not in there, or every time a certain product is added, you can get that added into the basket. They then can't take them out, but it's there. So first aid levies, they have to go into the basket, they have to pay for that so they can cover their first aid. So what we've got can see here, the system is saying it's waiting for user. So on the right hand side, you've got the help items. So you can see automatically product is waiting for more information from yourselves. So you can see, okay, we need to do something here. So we can edit it. And then you can see the red lines tells you there's missing information. So what we can do in here is add the details that we need. So we can add the name of the horse. So the horse is called Rufus, date of birth. So we do on the 1st of the 1st, 2016. So the horse is 2 years old. And then you've got the options. You can either set these up within the system. You can set them up whether they're a date. So you can have a specific date. You can have them as just general text boxes. You can also add them as lists. So you can have drop-down lists for exactly the information you need. The system is very easy to be set up exactly as you need it for your show. So on the right hand side, again, you can see there's information and help items there. You can also see check my entry. So you can see there are 2 items that are mandatory filled. These items are red because they hadn't been filled in. You can now say check entry. The system then says these items are now perfect, they've got the information they need. You can then submit the entry. The system now is showing this item is ready, so you can go straight through and check out. So what we'll do, we'll go through and check this item out. Now you have the option. This is where you can either check out as a guest, or if someone has already got a login, you can log in. So in this case, we do have a login for Ellis. So we will log in as her. Should be the correct password. So we can log in. This now takes us to the checkout. You can select which items we want to go through the checkout. So these items we need to go through, so we can proceed to checkout. On the right hand side again, you've got all the information you need to process the order. This gives you the 5 stages of the checkout. Left hand side, you've got the address. So if there's more than one address for this person, you can select which one you want. So currently this is the home address, and then you've got the company address. So we will go through as Ellis on the home address. We can proceed to payment details. We can then go through the shop. And because this is an end user, they only get the option of credit card and debit card. However, if you're a show user, you've got the option of setting exactly what you want up. So you've got debit card, credit card. If you want to process things by direct debit, you've got that option. You can do cash exactly as you need it to be. All those options will be there. But as I've said, as it's an end user, they can only do either credit or debit card. You can then progress to review. This then gives you a summary of exactly what's going to happen next and all the information in the order. You can then press confirm, and then the order will process through. Should get a test. This is our test simulator. So because it's a test simulator, we just can submit it, whereas they would have to put all the required information in there. Otherwise the system will kick it out if they don't have the correct information. So as you can see, the order 200 has gone through for Ellis, Ruskin Walters. It's got the information on there as well, so if they've got any other issues, they can phone yourselves, or you can have a look at the My ShowBiz portal. So as she has been a user before, we can go to her dashboard. And on here, you will see a lot of information. So let me just minimise these, so because there's quite a few on here, so we can minimise them and then go through them steadily. There's quite a few on here, but they only have the widget showing if that person's got an item purchased in that area. So first of all, you've got the information regarding the profile of that person. Up here, you can change the details. They can go through and change the name and address. They can also change their picture if they want to. It's entirely up to them. The system is there so they can manage themselves. So you don't have to do a lot of end management. They can all do it themselves, which I think a lot of people these days like to do. They don't like to have to keep phoning up. They literally just be able to go in and process it, update their details themselves. So you can change pictures, add more communications, add different addresses, change password, very similar to a lot of the other show sites. So on the profiles, you've also got My Orders. So we can then have a look at the My Orders. You can go through and there you go, you can see the order we've just processed. So you can have a look at that. Gives you the information of what has been gone through, so they can have a look. And if they need to cancel the order, they can put the information here, fill it out, and then that sends a message to the show user so they can cancel it. It also gives them a lot of information. They can download their own statement, so they don't have to phone yourselves. They can quickly download the statement for themselves. You've also got My Basket, so if Ellis had anything in a basket, that would show up, or they can go straight to the basket. Any memberships, so you can see that Ellis is a member for next year because it expires the end of next year. You can see that she's also a member. You can see the entry she's got, so as you can see at the bottom, that's the entry we've just added onto the system. So they can see exactly what's going on, really quick and easy to manage themselves. And then they've got messages as well, so the messages go to the show users, between the show users and the end users. So if they want to add a message, they can type in the message there, it will get sent. The show users get told that there's a message on the system waiting to be dealt with, and then they can deal with it that way. We've also got, say, like the trade stand applications and tickets, so you can see everything that they've purchased, and they can manage all their different applications and items very easily and very quickly. And they can move them all about as well, so if they think, right, my messages are actually more important, I can drag them up to the top of the screen, and then the messages will be seen at the top. And then whenever they go out and come back in, the system will store them exactly as they've left them. So that's going through as an end user. What we can now do is have a look as if we were a show user. So we can go and have a look on behalf of Valerie. So we can then go and have a look. We've already logged in as Valerie into the system. You can see at the top right hand corner, we've got a different person up here. So it says Valerie. Straight away on the left hand side, you can see a lot more icons. You can set up the different modules, so everyone has the access, can only access the areas that they need to. So if you have someone coming in just on the odd day, you can set them up so they only access certain modules. It is really hard. Security on here is strict. You can only have the access to the areas you need. You then don't have to worry about people going off and going into areas they're not allowed to go into and shouldn't be going into. You can also see the dashboard for Valerie has got a lot of other information in here. We've got a lot more like sales targets or sales information. We've got memberships, so you can see the memberships that have been sold, the information regarding those. We've also got membership sales, as like how many have been sold. And you've also got different charts and widgets, so we can have a look and you can see the different days on how many were sold. So it's really quick to easy to go into the system and find out how many were sold. So you can see like the peaks and troughs, that's when you're selling more and less. So you can then adjust your marketing, and you can then sort of like say, right, okay, this was a bit of a, we didn't sell many here, so we can increase our advertising here and maybe decrease it at certain other points. So you can see and hopefully increase your sales just through these charts. You've also got the different events calendar. You can move these around, change them about exactly as you need them. You can go to different months, and it's just really exactly as you need it. You've also got tasks. You should have tasks on here. So you can add tasks, you can set priorities, you can set reminders, and you can select all the different modules that it's linked to. So you can go in, and on your dashboard, you can see exactly what needs to be done at a certain time. So I think like a lot of the show directors can come in quickly, have a look, see what's going on. They don't have to waste a lot of their time going off asking for reports. The information is here, so they don't have to waste their precious time, and they don't bump into anyone else asking questions, and they don't lose time as well. So what we can do, we can go through the rest of the system on the left hand side. So the first module we see is the contacts. You'll see very similar screens. Every different module manager, so the different modules down the side, they all have the managers, which is where the main information for that module is shown. These are called grids. You have a lot of power and flexibility within these grids. You can change your rows, your columns, so you can see exactly what information you need very quickly, very easily. We can have a look. So if we change our rows, say you want to have a check, basically these people we haven't communicated with in the last 60 days. So it might be coming up to a show, you think, right, okay, let me send out sort of like some messages to people, just keep them in the forefront of their minds. Then you give them a bit of a reminder. You can do that. You can quickly select the contacts you want to communicate with, and you can send them a message, an email, write a letter. Really quick, a really simple way to communicate with people. You can have a look. You can change the columns as well, so you can have exactly what columns you need. So if we want to, if we think, right, okay, we want to send someone a statement, we can very quickly do that. So we can have a look. We've got a row called outstanding balances, and we've got the balance columns. So straight away you can see these people have got balances on their account. You can quickly tick them, and then we can send them a message, send them a statement. That will then send them a statement to say, it gives you an option as to what's happening. You can then select the statement you want to send. That will generate it, and then that will send them a statement. It shows you at the top who the email is going to be sent to, but this will not be shown in the individual emails. It's really quick and simple. It's all done by BCC, so no one else will see anyone else's information. We want to be very concise at GDPR. We're very cautious of that, so no one will see anyone else's information. You can either send a blank email, or you can pick one that you've already selected. So you can just literally pick one up, run with it, and then send it out. That will then add it onto their system and onto their records as well, and their communication history. So as I've said, all of these different systems do that for you. You can also send letters out to people. So if we go to all contacts, you can see that there's the sales profile column. This is a fantastic little bit of the system. You can see, you can select, so if you want to find all the entrants. So this then shows everyone who is an entrant. So you know all your entrants from the previous year would like to have a schedule. So we can write them a letter, we can create the letter, and then we can send them a letter just saying, please find included your schedule. You can quickly, really easy, send them a letter. You can then have a look at download the document and print it out. The system is that quick and easy to use, and really, I think it'll save a lot of people time, effort and money. So what we can also do is we can have a look on the company's manager. You'll see this is very similar. It's got all the information within that for that company. You've got the primary contact. You can link companies to contacts and contacts to companies. So you can have a look and you can see the information within here. So you've got all the details, the person they're linked to. You can just quickly in here type in a contact and then link them to the company. You can also put the other information in, and you can also search on profiles as well. You can add profiles and tags to anyone you want, say through tag. So if you've already got something there, so you do a Christmas card list and you can add it, and then you can search on that as well. So if you want to know people who do a Christmas card list, you can. We can also go to the schedule, so you can have a look at the schedule manager. This is where you manage all of your headers, sections and classes for the show. So you can have a look, and this is our header, our section and our class. You also have the option, if you haven't got them quite in the right place, you can move them around. So we can move the different classes around, you can move the different headers. All these little buttons, they're called burger bars, they can move around as well. So it's quite simple to use. Put them all the information in there, and then you can put them in exactly the correct order. If you change orders, you can then move them back around again. So really quick and simple. What we can do, we'll have a look at this class. So when you're adding classes, you can put in all your prefix, your class numbers, suffix. There's a standard class or a trade stand class. You can put in the name of the class, the entry forms. You can set up all your own entry forms with entry fields exactly as you need them. What section it belongs to, so you can always change it. If you need to change sections, you can move it around really quickly. You can have the option for the different categories of the class, print in the entry fees in the schedule, and then you've also got different information over here where there's a HOIS class. If it is a HOIS class, it adds some more information to your entry form, so you don't have to do it yourself. So all the mandatory HOIS data and entry fields are added into the system. Really quick and simple. Whether it's text only class, just for information only class. We go to the schedule and catalogue text, so you can put in all the information for your schedule and catalogue in here. This will then, when you put all of that in, the system will then generate your schedules and catalogues from this information. You can also have your shop text. So this is what will show in the shop, like I showed you earlier when we entered in the class for LS. This is the information that's showing up in the shop. You can then allocate prizes to this class. So you can add them in, you set them up within the system and then just quickly add. So if you want to add a fourth class, we can add that in for £10. Save that, so you can see straight away your prizes are there. Same with trophies, you can add the trophies to the class. You can also add roles. So this is where you add your stewards and judges. You add these in, add in your judge. It will then send the message to your judge, so they can then have a look on their widget and they think, right, I've been requested to be a judge. They can then say, yes, I want to accept it. So they can do a drop down, accept it. The system will then come back and knows it's been accepted and will change the status in here. You can put information regarding the judging details and briefing details in here. You can put in, you have all the different locations. So we've got the, so say like show hall, and you can put exactly what information you need in there with any notes, and then you can print those off as well. So for your judging books and steward reports, this information can be selected and included in those. You've also got this, so if you want sponsors on the class, you can set them up. You can then put them in the shop. Really quick and easy way to have sponsors to increase revenue. They can then upload their images and then they can be shown on the different portals and within the catalogues and everything like that. So it gives them great advertising and yourself some increased revenue. You can also show the price. So you can go through the pricing and the cost for this entry. You can have a non-member price and a membership price. So if your members have a reduced price, you can put that in here. As you can see, we've got the red no entry signs. that means the class has already been used, so you can't then change it. So this will prevent any data corruption in the system. So it all gets, once it's used, it gets locked down, so it can't get changed. You can put all your different information regarding your tax codes and everything in here as well. And you've got valid to and from. This is basically shows this class will only be shown in the shop at a certain point in time. You don't have to use it if you don't want to, but you can. So you can own up to a certain point this item will be available in the shop. The show users can see it all the time. It's just the end users, like your entrants, will see it at certain times. We've also got additional products. So as you saw when we added the item into the basket, you've got a first aid levy. So you can set these up as you need them and then use the different rules on the side. I'll show you later. As to whether they're added straight away, they're hidden. So if you don't want them showing up in the basket, you don't have to. But a lot of people like to know exactly what's being added in. And then also the stabling pen. So if you have rules, you have to have stablings and pen, you can set them up. So the minute they add like a horse into a class, they then automatically get their stabling added to their basket as well, and they can't take it out. And then we've got the intersection class links. This is where you can add in from all. If you've got similar classes that are linked to each other, you can put these, you can link them within the system. It can then update the information. So if you change, like I showed you earlier, if you change the class numbers around, the system will automatically update this, say like in your catalogue. So you can put a link in there. It automatically updates it, so you don't have to go back to the catalogue, change the, say like the class number, it automatically does it for you, so it saves you time and effort. So if we close that, we can then go to this, we can then see the entrance for it. You can see that this is the one that we added in earlier for Ellis. So you can see the information, they've got the Rufus and the date of birth is in there. You can show exactly what information you need within there. You can also edit it. So you can go back in and have a look at the information. So this is a show user, so if they need to change anything, they can really quickly and easily. So that is the schedule. We've also got different items within other actions within the schedule. So you can download the schedule, you can renumber the schedule. So you've got all the numbering. So if you want to download the schedule, you can select all the ones you want to download, different options and download. You've got the renumber schedule. So this basically allows you to renumber all your classes and also renumber your entrants, either giving them the same number or a different number. It's entirely up to you how your show runs. You can do that and the system will do that for you. You've also got download your catalogue, same as your schedule, basically all the information, you tick the ones you need to add into your schedule or your catalogue, and then that will download that into, so we can have a look. So if you want to download a catalogue, you can do, say if you just want the light horses, we can download the light horse. You can do a page break. If you want to put a page break before the sections, you can put in your list of exhibitors. You can select where you want your steward list in there as well, and then you can download it. This will then download into a Word document. You can then open it, and then you can edit it if you need to edit it, but basically you've got your catalogue is there. So all the information you've got within the system is shown. It's got all different formatting, and these can be set up exactly as you need it to be. We've also got the judges books. So if you want judges books, you can have that in here and download them. So basically you can see exactly when the judges need to be at what class, and then it gives the information, and then you can either do that or the system will actually let you add the results straight onto the system. Really quick and easy. Also got the enter results, publish results, and pay prizes. But I will show you in a minute regarding the results. We can then go through to the entries manager. This is where you can see all of the entries for this year's show. You can search for them by the header sections or classes, whatever you need to. You can search by class numbers. It's really quick and easy to use. You can search by forename, or you can search by Ellis, so you can see that she's got different ones in different classes. So it's really quick and easy. Same as all the other screens. You can see different information and different rows and columns. So really easy to set up. You can set up exactly what views you need to see. We can then go through to the trade stands. So we go to the trade stands manager. As I mentioned earlier, the trade stands and the sponsorships are application only processes. So you are in full control throughout the whole process of who is joining you at your show and who isn't. As I've said before, we've got the different rows, so we can see all of the trade stands. So currently we've got all the different trade stands here. I'll change the screen to show you a bit less because otherwise it gets confusing. So you can see all the information regarding the different trade stands. So if we have a look at the applied, so if someone's applied, this is basically where they're in their basket. So we can have a look at one. And you can see the red items, all the information that they are mandatory fields. So you can see down on the right hand side, the information that's there. So they have to go through, fill out all this information before they can apply. It shows you information regarding their previous trade stands in there. So you can have a look, you've got the different items in there. We can then go through and go to a submitted status. So this is where they've submitted their application. You can then go through, have a look at it, make sure you're happy with everything. You've got the terms and conditions here. These will be set up exactly as you need them to be. We can, at the top right hand corner, you've got the application action. This is where you can accept the application, reject the application, or request more information. So if you need some more information, you can request information. So if you say, please, can you supply more images? This will then get sent to the trade stand holder. As you can see, so like the information's gone over. This will go to the trade stand holder. They then get that message. They then have to put the information you requested in there and then continue the process. So you can have a look at one that's been accepted. So you show you all the different. So if we have a look at Ruby Wax, she was one of the people I mentioned earlier regarding the trade stand. So you can have a look at her application. You can see there are no red items. So you've got the information regarding the stand holder in there. You've got any special requests they've got. You can search on those. You've got the insurance. So you can go through and have a look, think, right, okay, I want to double check her insurance. You can then have a look at it. And you can see that the insurance doesn't run out till the September next year for her Ruby Wax jackets. So you've got the information you need there. If they've got to put their mandatory documents of, say, like their public liability insurance, risk assessments, you can set that exactly as you need them to be before they can process their application. Got their online directory, got their images. So these are the images they can upload with a description. You can have a look, think, yeah, no, I like these images. If there are any images you don't like, you can just remove the image and then they can't add them back in. They have to get permission to add the images back in. And then it's entirely up to you as to what you've got. Build up and breakdown. This contains a lot of information regarding the stand, the dates they're going to build up and break down their stall, who their stand builder is, stand manager is, flag contact, all the information, really important information you might need. That's all in there. This can be searched on as well. Similar with vehicles, they add in their details of their vehicles. You can then search, because they're in our global search, you can search and find like car registration, think, right, okay, during the show, you can have a look around, found a car or vehicle in the wrong place. You can find that vehicle and the owner of that vehicle very quickly within the system. You can also have the information regarding who's within that vehicle. So if you've got camping, you can put the information regarding who's going to be in that vehicle. So like a camper van, you know exactly what's going on and who's going to be on your stand or on your site at any point. Same with attributes, you can put in when they've returned certain forms, like the water form, electric form, that sort of information, any notes you want, terms and conditions, and they've had to tick this before they can apply. So these are your terms and conditions. And if they want to be entered into a trade stand class. So it's a lot of information in one screen for them, but it lets you have a complete control and get all the information you need without having them to fill out lots of paperwork, send it to you, could get lost in the post. It's there, it's all done automatically. It's a good communication between yourselves and your trade stand entrance. Very similar with your sponsorships. You can see we've got the sponsors in here. So if you want to have a look at the different sponsorships, you can have a look. They haven't got as many columns to fill out, but they've still got a lot of information in there. Got their online documentation and the directory, got the information, images, everything like that, and more importantly, your terms and conditions. Similarly, if they want to cancel, they can put a reason for cancellation on the right hand side and submit it, and then it's up to the show whether you refund them or not. But yeah, it's very, very quick and very simple, but a really good way to get yourself some more money by getting people to sponsor your show. I can then show you in the portal later as to what it looks like online. We've got the tickets manager. So we can go through and see all the tickets that have been purchased online. They can be added in. These are normally selected as a pick, pack, post item, so you know exactly who needs to be sent what and when. Same as everything else, you've got all the different columns that you can search, your different rows, like family visitors. You can see everything in here is really quick and easy to use. We've then got your membership manager. So you can have a look at this, and this just shows you all your memberships for the show. You've got the expiring memberships. You can have a look, you can find which ones have expired, which ones are about to expire. All that information will be shown in the system. These are all set up within the utilities. You can set them up for different lengths. You can have life members, non-life members. You can have different lengths of time, so like a year, 2 years, 3 years, exactly as you need them to be. So as you look at them, you can tell all the information regarding the summary of the membership and then the information when it was paid and everything like that. Same as everything else, you've got the help and guidance on the right hand side. We can then have a quick look at the shop. So we go to the shop. And as you've seen earlier, this is exactly the same as an end user would see. The only difference here is you can change to someone else. So if you need to purchase for someone else, someone who's not PC literate, you can quickly go in, change the person, you can select someone else. So if you want Marie Robinson, you can then go and purchase for that person and go through the checkout as that person. Really quick and easy, but a lot of the shows are doing it online, but I know there will be the odd person that doesn't like doing anything online, so they have to send something in. So this will allow you to do that for them. And then that will help just these few people that don't like to go online. We've then got the basket manager. This is a really good tool for yourselves. You can very quickly see what status information is in a basket. So this is currently showing any items, all the items that are waiting for customer information. So these are bits and pieces in the basket. All the information requested for that item hasn't been completed. You can then send them an email, quickly drop an email message just saying don't forget to finish your application, anything like that, send it off to them. They then get a reminder. Or same with ready items, you can send them a quick reminder saying don't forget to check your items out, you've got some items in the basket. It's really quick and easy. I know a lot of people are really busy these days. They start a process, stop, get interrupted. Maybe the kid's crying, need to go and feed the lambs or whatever. They can then you can give them a quick reminder saying, don't forget to complete your application. And it's a really quick way to hopefully get yourself some more money to finish their applications and their baskets. So we can have a look at, say like this one, you can have a look at some item in the basket, you can see exactly what's in there. So you know exactly what's going on. So if there are people in there you're not sure about, you can then go into there, double check it, and if you're not sure, you don't want the person to buy it, you can then take it out of their basket. So you have full control as to who's buying what. What we could now do regarding the account section, if we go back to Ellis Ruskin's account, we can then show you exactly what you've got in there. So we can have a look at the contacts manager. So this is a contacts manager screen for Ellis Ruskin Waters. You've got all her personal details, communication, address, link to companies, any roles, so if they're a judge, that can be added there, profiles, and also tags, bits and pieces like that. You've then got the interactions. So this is all the information that has gone on with this person. So you can see they've had a statement sent to them. So you can see this is a statement that got sent, and then you can see the statement as well. Really quick way to see exactly what's going on. So you can see the statement that was sent to them. So it's really quick and easy way of auditing the history. You've got all the different, you can take them off. So if they've got, so if you want to see the messages, you can. So there's a lot of information in there. Getting a bit lost, you can just reduce that down to exactly what you need to see. You can then go to the baskets. So you can have a look and see what's going through the baskets. So at the minute there's a food item in a basket. You can then go to the account. So you can see the different items, orders that have gone through for Ellis. You can see those, and you can see all the information regarding that order on the right hand side. So order 200 is what we processed earlier. You've got that information there as well. And then you've got the account, so you can see exactly what's going on. You can see that there's nothing outstanding on her account, but you can see all the different orders that have gone through. You can go through and process any other bits and pieces, like put any post transactions, generate a statement from there as well. We've also got the membership, so you can see the memberships that she's got. And then you've got the bank account details. So if you want people to pay by direct debit, you can do that. You can put their details in here. The system can then have a look at anything that is an invoice status that hasn't been paid, and then the person's got bank details on there. The system will then pick them up, and then if you want to, you can tick them and then process them and put them through as a direct debit. This system can do that for you, so it saves you a lot of time. If you've got direct debits, you can then process them through as well. So what we can do, we can then go and have a look and record the results. So the classes have happened. We can then go and have a look at the results. So we can go through and go to the My Show Day widget. So for class 2 that Ellis entered the course into, we can then select that. And as you can see all the different people in that class or the different entrants. You can pick up the different placings. So Ellis Ruskin has won first prize. You can do the different pricing and the different placings. It shows you the points and the amount that are awarded for those prizes. You can also mark if they're absent on the day. So if they didn't turn up, you can mark that. And you can also mark whether they're paid on day. So if they're paid on the day, the system then doesn't include them in any future like check run direct debit runs. So you can do that really quickly and simply. You can also allocate trophies, so you can select the trophy. You can add any forward payments in here. So if you've got dairy premium, anything like that, you've got the Shy Horse premium, you can add them into there as well. And then you've also got picture and publish. So this is where you can add pictures onto your results. If this was a tablet or a mobile phone, they can just press that button. That button will then allow them to use the camera on their tablet or phone, take the picture, upload it, and then you can add it to the results. What we'll do, we'll literally pick a picture. So we'll have a horse picture. We can then say we want to publish that, and then we can update that. We can then go back to the More Shy site, and we can have a look. So this is where your entrant or your press can go and see the results. Then go to the results. We can then see it's a light horse, it's the in-hand one, and automatically you can see that the picture we've just uploaded is there. You can also see the results as well. So all that information is really quickly, really easily uploaded to the system. You can also see that on this first class number 1, filly colt and gelding foaled in 2015, it's sponsored by Dog Bits Brewery. You can then click on that. That will then take them to the sponsor. So it's got all their logo, all their information. So it's really quick that people can see who's sponsoring it, and the sponsors will love it because they get the more information out there to people. You can also see the sponsors. You can see all the different sponsors we've got within the show. As I said earlier, this is integrated into your site, so you don't have to change anything. This is where it is, all the information is there. Same with the trade stands. You can see people can go onto your site, maybe the day before or so, plan their visit. Right, I want to go and see Ruby Wax to go and buy a new wax jacket. You can search it. You can then find your trade stand straight away. You can then have a look and think, right, okay, that is stand 50, so I know where that's going to be. Got the information regarding the contact details and the pictures of what they're selling. So it's really good. This site is just so quick and easy to use, and the end users will appreciate it because they can literally go and see exactly the trade stands or the sponsors they want to see quickly and easily. So we can also, if you want to, if people want to just go and buy a ticket, they can. You don't have to be logged into the system. Go to this other one, actually, you need to, so you can buy a ticket. So I just need to refresh that one because it doesn't like it's supposed to be incognito, but it doesn't like it. So as it's shown as a guest, so we just want to go and buy a ticket. We can find the tickets. We can add the ticket to the basket. And then again, we can just quickly go through. It's a ready item, you don't need to do any more information for it. And then you can register as a guest, so they don't have to set up an account. They can literally just quickly go through, put the information in as they need it, and then process their item straight through the shop. And they don't have to keep logging in and all that information. So it's like the Apple website. You don't have to log in. You can just use a guest account. I mentioned earlier regarding the global search. That is a really, really powerful bit of software. So if you can see, we've gone back into the site as Valerie. So we can have a look. If we just type in Ellis, see, there's a lady we've been using quite a lot today. You can then have a look, and the system will go through and find the different areas that Ellis has been linked to. So you can see that she's a contact. You can hover over her name, and you can do so many different things. You can look at her contact details, her orders, memberships, accounts. You can see her interactions. You can then browse the shop as her, so it will open the shop as her. You can see what's in her basket. You can quickly add an entry for her. So if you want to very quickly add entries in for someone else, you can do that. And trade stand, everything is here. You've got prize winners. So if you can't remember what the portal is, you can literally just go to the portal. That'll give you the information regarding that. So it's really quick and easy to use. I know that's a bit of a quick whistle-stop tour of the system. Does anybody have any questions that I can answer for them? Let's go back and have a look. Let me just change the screen. We go back to the PowerPoint. You should now be seeing the PowerPoint. So we've got just a quick overview of the pricing. You've got the different levels, bronze, silver and gold. You've got the monthly fees of £0, £100 and £300. It all depends, the less you pay each month, the more of a transactional fee you have. It's all modules for every different pricing level, unlimited users for all of them. It all depends like the level you're on as to what setup you get and ongoing support. So if it's bronze, you just literally get the guide, so you just go and have a look, get the information from there you need. Whereas the gold, you get like phone calls, emails, everything, all the different communication types are there. But if you've got any questions, just let us know, or we can chat with you about that. So does anybody have any questions? Well, look, I don't. No, I don't think I've got any questions. So thank you ever so much. If you do have any questions, just give us a call and speak to us in the office. We'll more than happily help you with any questions you've got. Once again, thank you ever so much for joining us on the webinar this evening. I really appreciate it. So thank you ever so much for your time. Thank you. Bye bye.